Fight on Delta flight from Tampa to Atlanta started with Rosa Parks' comment and masks, feds say. A Tampa man helped restrain an unruly passenger who was arrested on federal assault charge. A drink cart, an unworn mask, and a comment about civil rights activist Rosa Parks led to violence on a Delta Airlines flight last week when a passenger from Tampa to Atlanta, according to the court documents, and a passenger from Tampa who helped restrain a woman. I'm just reminded of the old John Mulaney bit. Because we're Delta Airlines, and life's a fucking nightmare. Delta 2790 departed from Tampa International Airport 2 days before Christmas. Passenger Patricia Cornwall was returning from the restroom and found the aisle blocked by the beverage cart, according to a federal criminal complaint filed Monday in the U.S. District Court's Northern District. When a flight attendant asked Cornwall to find a different open seat to wait in until the beverage service was over, the complaint state Cornwall responded, "What am I, Rosa Parks?" The cart was stopped near the seat of Russell S. Miller, who believed Cornwall's comment was inappropriate. Plain state. Miller told Cornwall that she, quote unquote, isn't black, this isn't Alabama, and this isn't a bus. When Cornwall then turned her attention to Miller, he told the woman to sit down, Karen. Miller later recounted to an FBI agent. That agent wrote that additional derogatory comments were made by both parties involved. Video captured by another passenger and referenced in the complaint shows Cornwall standing over Miller, who was seated. Both are maskless, shouting. Put your mask on. Don't you dare talk to me like that, Cornwall says in the video. I'm eating. You want me to pour this over your head? Miller responds. When a flight attendant in the video tells Cornwall to mask up now, Cornwall demands Miller put his mask on too. Cornwall then struck Miller with a closed fist, causing visible injury, the complaint states, then spat into Miller's face and head area. Reached by phone, Cornwall declined to comment, but said she'd pass along the report's inquiry to her lawyer. Miller suffered from a scratch on his face, an Atlanta Police Department report states, and another passenger was burned by hot water because of the suspect's disruptive actions. I had already noticed. Whoops. Amilcar Delgado, a delivery worker for a furniture company in Tampa, was seated nearby on the first leg of a family trip to Argentina. Wait. Sorry, I'm just doing the math in my head. If they were flying from Tampa north to Atlanta, how the fuck are they supposed to get to Argentina, which is literally on the complete other end of the planet? You get to it by going south. I'd already noticed, Cornwall Delgado said, because I'd made a comment to my wife that this woman was up and walking about with no mask on. When the fight broke out, he said a flight attendant turned to him and asked for help. He stood up, put the woman's arms behind her back, and moved her to the rear of the plane. I actually have experience, Delgado said, because I used to do security in bars and restaurants in New York. The flight attendant tried to restrain Cornwall with zip ties, but after she tried to kick one, they gave up, Delgado said. They'd asked Delgado if he'd keep an eye on the woman instead, so he spent the rest of his fight sitting alone with her in an empty row at the back of the plane. She actually calmed down and was telling me about her two kids, and she was going home to California to meet her mother for Christmas, Delgado said. She just kept saying, please don't let them hurt me, and I told her, I'll do my best. Fucking oops. Then Delgado said the woman took out a vape pen, inhaled, and released a large cloud of vapor. The flight attendants ignored it. Flight attendants are trained in de-escalation techniques, but sometimes situations can still escalate beyond and what the crew alone can handle. This is Taylor Garland, a spokesperson for the Air Association of Flight Attendants Union. In those cases, flight attendants are trained to identify able-bodied passengers they can call on in emergencies. Passengers should only get involved in an incident on board when a crew member instructs them to. Delgado said he and his wife received a $50 credit, which he believes all the passengers on the flight received for their inconvenience. He said he was later given an additional $150 voucher for assisting the flight attendant. Atlanta police arrested Cornwall when the plane landed, and FBI agents later took her into custody. The federal government has jurisdiction over crimes that happen on commercial flights within the U.S. She was charged with assault aboard an airplane and faces a fine of and up to a year in prison if convicted. Cornwall was released on $20,000 bond. She appeared in federal court Monday and was ordered to surrender her passport, abstain from alcohol, and not fly except on her return home to Los Angeles. I mean, going back to LA alone is already punishment enough. I think this poor woman should be fine. In November, Attorney General Merrick Garland directed U.S. Attorney to prioritize prosecution of crimes committed on commercial flights after airlines federal officials reported a surge in unruly passengers. Same month, the Federal Aviation Administration fined 10 passengers a total of $225,287 for what said was alleged unruly behavior on planes. Four of these incidents included a woman accused of shoving a flight attendant as she kicked off a plane in Tampa, while passengers refusing to comply with the FAA's mask requirements. According to a survey by the Association of Flight Attendants in July, nearly 1 in 5 flight attendants said that they were in a physical incident here with a passenger. What the actual fuck? If Florida man keeps doing good deeds, we're gonna have to call him Florida gentleman.